Welcome back to your midday check-in. This is day 10 of Relief, your 21-day meditation series. And this morning, we worked on your solar plexus and setting the program for you to be able to shine in our sacral chakra activation or program. We allowed that seed that was planted within you, that potential, to begin to grow. And then today, we are giving that the necessary sunshine and water and nutrients and everything that it needs. And what is that? That is a belief system. That is a set of words, affirmations, declarations, things that you say to this seed, almost like talking to a plant. If you've ever heard anybody say talk to your house plants, mostly that's because when you breathe out, you are breathing out carbon dioxide, and that is a nutrient to your plants. But in this case, talking to that seed, you want to give it positive reinforcement. You want to be putting all of the good energy around it so that it can grow and feel safe to grow. For many of us, if you're like me, when that seed started to shine, and maybe, as a kid, I would always, if company came over, which was often, my dad preached, and there was always somebody stopping by the house. My way of being, when I would get excited, and I would start, as my parents would call, to show out, meaning I would try to entertain them, or I would try to be funny, or I would try to give them something to laugh at, or I would, almost like I was in the circus or something. I don't really know what would come over me, but it was a very natural part of me, and it was how I coped with other people being around me. I did my best to make them happy, or smile, or be entertained, or laugh, and I would get in trouble for that, and I would be told, you're showing out, settle down, be quiet, go somewhere and play, the adults are talking. So what that resulted in, and this is parents don't realize, many times adults don't realize what they do in suppressing an expression from a child, but what I learned from that was to hide and to suppress that part of me that wanted to be out there and entertaining or making someone laugh. I would suppress that and play small. That led to a lot of, hiding my light and playing small as I got older, because I didn't want to make anyone uncomfortable or make anyone feel bad about themselves if they couldn't do something that I could. So it just trickles down, as you get older and older, you have more and more behaviors that result from this one little thing that happened that, seemed like a harmless comment from a parent, but your little mind starts to get ideas about that and starts to have beliefs about that, and now sets a blueprint about how you're supposed to be in the world. And what we're doing through these meditations is looking at these blueprints and changing them, because they no longer serve you. They didn't serve you then, and they're definitely not serving you now. So in the root chakra meditation, we change the blueprint around money and abundance, and allowing that stability for yourself and that safety for yourself. In the sacral chakra, we activated that potential that's there, that you were given, that is in all of us, that we all came here to express, that seed. And then here in the solar plexus, we are activating everything that seed needs to reach its, to be expressed out into the world in its highest and fullest potential, meaning we're eliminating anything and everything that would stand in the way or block that from happening. So if you're ready, I want you to take your seated position, and if you can, put your back up straight, and we want that energy to flow easily up and down that spine. Hold your fingers in the sacral chakra mudra, which will activate the programming that we set this morning. Thumb, index finger, and ring finger all touching with the middle finger and the pinky pointed outwards, with your hands resting on your lap with your legs crossed, your spine up straight. Relaxing into this position. Maybe move your head from side to side, relaxing your neck and shoulders. We're going to start with 60 seconds of silence after the ringing of the bell, just to feel the sensation of the energy as it's flowing through. Notice the energy you feel in your fingers as your fingers are gently touching each other, and the energy going out, being expressed out through your middle finger and your pinky. When we touch fingers together, that holds energy in, and when we point fingers out, or our toes out or our fingers out, energy goes out of our fingertips and our toe tips. Is that a word? Toe tip? I have no idea. Okay, so taking a deep breath and starting 60 seconds of silence now. You are here to express the fullness of your potential. You are here to support and nurture that seed so that it can begin to grow really deep roots into that foundation, down your root chakra. The deeper the roots, the more healthy the fruit that plant will bear. And you're here to grow many, many fruits out into the physical world. And the roots that you are sending down are unseen, meaning you are working on the spiritual plane to affect the physical plane. And we're going to use the mental plane to support that spiritual plane and the growth that is happening. Our words, what is spoken through our mental plane, can either be destructive or supportive. And it is our job to constantly, as the caretaker, be monitoring everything that our inner children are saying to each other, and to make sure that everything being spoken inside is supportive, kind, loving, that they begin to work together as a team, that the peace is maintained. When you are blocked in any way, in any part of your life, where there's a space you're wanting to experience, but you just can't seem to experience it for whatever reason, that reason is inside of you on the spiritual plane, you have mental aspects or inner children, and one of them wants the thing, and the other one is afraid of the thing. So one of them really wants it, and one of them really doesn't want it. And those two are at war. And this creates the block in your physical world from that fruit coming through this plant. Do you have the potential? Yes. We are all given a potential. We're all given a role. And if you are being driven to a certain area, not by our ego, but by the heart part of us, by those younger aspects below age 8, they know. They know what brings joy. And then those older aspects, they take on the identity and the ideas and the blocks and the beliefs of our parents and those around us in the physical. And they get ideas of their own. And many times the inner children, you have inner children and inner teenagers. These inner children get suppressed. And that's why you're off out of your alignment. But right now, we are making peace. We're going to be doing the work to identify who wants this and who doesn't want this. If it's something your inner child is wanting, if you identify them and you're like, yeah, that looks like a 4-year-old or a 6-year-old, odds are that's in perfect alignment with the role that you were given, the potential that you were given, the gifts that you were given. And there's usually an older aspect that shuts that down. And just the same as if one of these inner children doesn't want something, they are just as powerful. So no matter if it's an inner child or an inner teenager, one wants it and one doesn't. And that creates the block. When they're both on the same page, when they're both agreeing, when one lets the resistance go, they meet in the middle, the block is removed. And you can start nurturing with your words, with your inner dialogue, the growth of this expression through into the physical world. You are extremely capable. Your confidence in your capabilities, in your gifts, are growing each and every day. You are growing stronger and stronger in your alignment each and every day. Your subconscious mind, which consists of these inner children and inner teenagers, are meeting in the middle, supporting one another, helping each other overcome the fears, letting go of all those negative belief systems and blueprints that they hold from their parents, from lies they've heard, from misunderstandings. They're writing new blueprints, supportive blueprints, abundance blueprints, successful blueprints, healthy blueprints, happy blueprints. All the beauty of life that you came here to experience. You are developing those blueprints now to make that possible, and supporting those blueprints to grow with your internal dialogue being extremely supportive. Starting 60 more seconds of silence now as we allow this program to set. by the ringing of the bell. Very good. You can now begin to just move your head and neck around just a little bit. Start to awaken your body, coming back into normal, everyday walking around state of consciousness while deeply grounded in your spiritual nature. Thank you so much for joining me, coming back for this midday. I wish you a wonderful day or a wonderful night's sleep. And I will meet you back here tomorrow for day 11, where we reprogram and heal that heart chakra.